This is actually a very exciting time because there's a lot more innovation happening and it's happening at a much more rapid pace. With T-News and your focus, you guys have a lot of exposure to the leisure side of the market, and there's been a tremendous amount of innovation and investment and venture capital going into the leisure side of travel, and historically corporate has lagged. And I think that's really changed over the last few years. There's a lot more money, a lot more entrepreneurs, a lot more technology now that's applicable on the corporate side in B2B type environments. And that's exciting, right? We want to bring new innovations to our client base. We want to bring new innovations and new experiences to the business traveler, not just when they're traveling for business, but my view is typically a business travel is a leisure traveler, a leisure traveler is often a business traveler, right? It's two personas, but often the same person, and so we want to see that innovation coming in. But to your question, build versus buy, we also recognize that we're not going to be great at building everything ourselves, that we've got to be able to partner with technology companies, with startups, and bring them into our environment. So about 6 months ago, we really formalized that strategy into something we call Solution Source. We've worked with third parties since BCD was founded many, many years ago, but with Solution Source, what we've really done now is kind of formalize that integration. Think of it as kind of building up our app store environment, externalizing our APIs and services in a more structured way so that we can work with more third parties, but we can do it at a more scalable fashion with better standards in place, better security models in place, better controls in place.
Okay, so do these solution source partners, I mean, we're going to be talking to some of them over the next couple of days, but do they exist in isolation, or are they integrated into the existing BCD products, or does that, depends on
it depends a little bit on the partner, but some of the solution source providers are very integrated into our products and solutions, and others are maybe more loosely coupled. So some of them are integrated, let's say, into our operational processes. There's certain solution source partners that need access to a reservation in order to be able to make an effect. Maybe, like for example, TripBam monitors hotel reservations for price reduction, and then after they see that price reduction, they need the ability to then help us automate the rebooking process. So they're very tightly coupled into our operational environment. You've got other partners, let's say some of the security vendors, WorldAware now, ISOS, who are monitoring reservations for security purposes. What they need is a more intelligent data feed from us, but they're not as well integrated, let's say, into our day-to-day agent and fulfillment processes. They're simply getting a data feed. And so we've got a couple of different models in place. It's data models, it's rebooking models, it's experience models, partners who integrate differently into our mobile app, TripSource.